become Dean Emeritus Church of Nigeria, started by requesting all to push, after which he asked the congregation to sit. His Grace expressed his wish to have the authority to ask that we repeat the hymn before the sermon again. But he said he wouldn't ask us to. But we should keep singing it for life. His Grace appreciated God for the opportunity to come and preach at Synod. He sincerely appreciated the invitation and expressed the fact that it is not automatic for him to preach in the service. He drew our attention to the procession wherein Bishop Boni kept the rear guard with the staff of office in his hand, since he is now in charge. And he also expressed his gratitude for honoring him to sit on it for the all-round transformation in the cathedral. The leak that we suffered for these past 20 years or so was permanently over. It is a dream come true. His Grace said, give his greetings to the KBAC. His Grace appreciated the clerical secretary, whom he referred to as automatic celebrated computer. He greeted the entire synod and concluded that going by what is on ground, and blessed them through his word. The preacher said, the world is a confused world, evasive world, and without meaning. Lies, deceits, camouflaging abound everywhere. Preachers are afraid of telling the truth. Mistakes and errors are used to cover up sins. For example, when a man murdered another man, he called it a human error. Problems that deserved solutions. Said the next war in this nation will start from the north. Referring in this nation, at times in the past, when someone must not cross the altar without genuflecting, wouldn't dare to come to the holy table when you were not right with God. He observed that worship had been polluted, and the greatest challenge to worship today is Pentecostalism. God is not the author of confusion, stressing that the heart is the seat of life. So, to worship God with the lips when the hearts were far from God is deceitful and camouflaging. Again, quoting Isaiah 29 verse 13, His Grace said, the passages were saying the same thing. He wondered why Nigeria was like this today. He said, he thought there were so many pastors and founders, and he wondered why lives were not affected positively. Praise, which has to do with dancing with excitement. When we talk about Oriki, the Oriki of God, the names of God, when those names of God are called, one's head begins to swell. He noted that all were lies, mere window dressing, and vain glory. To him, worship was an act of giving reverence, honor, and homage to God with extravagant love and extreme because omnipotent. Not because he supplies all our needs, but even if he did not deliver them, they were not ready to bow down. Extreme submission to God. Extravagant life by priority. The preacher said, we were polluted and that we think of God only within the finite imagination of our thoughts. Quoting Psalm 98 verse 1, the preacher said, I give to the Lord the glory he deserves. In our generation, we are just God users. We are just God users, asking for blessing every now and then. Whereas in 2 Corinthians, fraudulent attitudes like cheating, like dishonesty, diabolical lifestyle, all this we practice in order for to be elegant at heart. Otherwise, what they wear will just be mere rags if the inside is dirty. Respect our hearts is worthless. He requested the congregation to echo the statement after him, asking the archdeacons all to say after him repeatedly. Babala Shebikon reminded the congregation that there is eternity and one is a waste if after this life one fails to make heaven. Citing Bishop Ogunele, who was in the cathedral here at last year's synod, but had transited now, he averred that without Jesus, one is a fool. Referring to his father, Bishop Lashe, because while growing up, that when 2 or 3 people were gathered, they might be plotting evil, and that he should run away. He said, hence, he had no friend. He added that true worship was an invitation to inspect the heart, noting that if God cannot inspect our hearts, then something is wrong. He referred to Prophet Isaiah, a man of God, but someday he met God and said, woe unto me, I am a man of unclean lips. Bishop Lashe lamented that people were full of human titles all over the place, but without the attitude that gives God reference. He recalled that when he became the Bishop of Ondo, please excuse me. Thank you for your tolerance, please.
Not permitted again.
Thank you. He recalled that when he became the Bishop of Ondo, the throne of the cathedral, his throne in the cathedral was up there, as we all know. And he would sit up there above the altar. In fact, he never wore his most beloved cope and mitre, because everybody would look at him throughout the service and forget their object of worship. Hence, he decided to bring the throne down. To him, no man must take the place and honor of God in our lives. He observed, and sadly too, that some other elementary things are taking the place of Christ in the church today, such as candles, crosses, and so on. Whereas Jesus is and remains the true object of worship. As Bishop Lashe said, every denomination has a mountain where they pray. He challenged people to stop lying, as that was also the problem Jesus had with that Samaritan woman. This is because all ground is a holy ground, and God is spirit. Worship him in spirit and in truth. Bishop Lashe became charged that we were idolaters if we continue to ascribe praises to things outside God. His Grace kept wondering if the present generation could face the kind of persecution the first church faced in their time. Citing Matthew 22 verse 37, His grace said, "Thou must worship the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, your totality." He said sometimes when we had our own selfish ambition, we push God, who, when He walked the earth. So, attention to us, worship means to bow down. And unconfessed, unrepented, and unlamented sin is a hindrance to God and to true. Archbishop Lashe concluded with two stories. One, last Sunday, His grace said he was in Ekiti for their Synod closing Thanksgiving service. And he told the story there. The story made him sad and could make any Christian sad as well. He said in Ado Ekiti, a pastor was jailed for 6 years because he and an imam in their office owed fertilizer. Because it happened to a pastor in a church he respected so much, Deeper Life Church. He said this is a church where they will claim holiness and righteousness of God, and was stealing church money. Such a person was stealing his own life. Members of the Anglican Church, I guess so, the Anglican Church, in two different circumstances, situation, and the grace said in unison. Other cathedral offerings were announced by the cathedral administrator and were taken and blessed by the Venerable EBB Omawaye. That done, the Venerable Eso Adeleye coordinated the Synod Thanksgiving as follows. The Cathedral, 1,524,500 naira. Ondo North, Ondo Archdeaconry, please, 200,110 naira. Ondo Archdeaconry, 200,110 naira. Ondo North, 60,900 naira. 60,900 naira. Okegbo Archdeaconry, 107,000 naira exactly. 107,000 naira. Odigbo Archdeaconry, 70,120 naira. 70,120 naira. Araromi Obo, 80,500 naira. Araromi Obo, 80,500 naira. Ondo Northeast Archdeaconry, 106,920 naira. 106,920 naira. Ondo Northwest, 67,770 naira. 67,770 naira. Ore Archdeaconry, 50,240 naira. 50,240. Ajue Archdeaconry, 50,830 naira. Ajue, 80,830. Ondo West, 60,300 naira. Ondo West, 60,300. Bishop wife, Diocese officials, 52,370 naira. 52,370 naira. Church of the Pentecost, 5,000 naira. Total, 2,436,560 naira. 2,436,560 naira. Service collections. On Saturday, offering was 6,425 naira. 6,425 naira on Saturday. Today being Sunday, from the Diocese Mission Seed offering, 23,045 naira was realized. 23 56,045 naira. Sunday collection 56,570 naira. 56,570 naira. Total of service offerings 86,040 naira. 86,040 naira. After the Thanksgiving, the Diocese requested all to be upstanding and raised a chorus. Bagbogo mi nínú ọlá rẹ, which was sung by all, before he rounded off with prayers and pronounced the benediction at 1:55 p.m. He requested all who believed that God had answered us today to shout 3 thunderous hallelujahs, after which he said, God bless you. The Diocese appreciated all, particularly His Grace, whom he referred to as Baba. He announced that Baba will be preaching at every closing Synod Thanksgiving as long as Baba lives. He thus thanked very profusely the Most Reverend Professor and Mama G.L. Lashebikon. He appreciated his mother in quote, Mama Ekiti, Mrs. M.B. Omotunde, recalling all her care for him while in the seminary. He said he was sure Baba Omotunde would have told Mama that for the next 3 years, His Lordship will also be with us to lead the Bible studies. Baba Mama Fashogbon, he wondered whether to call them Nicodemus because they are always around. He appreciated the senior citizens, ably led by the Provost Emeritus, Baba Dr. O. Modupe,